safety features of an H220HA DC. It has the dash CTS control. On top of that we have a safety controller that is monitoring several safety switches and push buttons. Also we have a safety relay dedicated for the e-stop circuit. This is our main e-stop for the machine, and that is a category 0 e-stop that goes through a safety relay and shuts down the main contactors for the machine. As soon as you hit the e-stop, all power to the motion network, everything shuts down. Your touchscreen, your PLC, every controller shuts down. Then we have a key switch that goes to the safety controller. We have a panic button, which is more of a motion stop, which also goes through the safety controller. That is what's available as immediate stops on the machine. Basically the e-stop and the motion stop. The difference between the two are when you hit the e-stop, everything shuts down. So if you want to turn the machine on again, then you have to wait until the machine boots up and then start your hydraulic system. If you hit the panic button, it is basically a motion stop, which means that your PLC, everything stays active. It's just your motion stops. Then every switch here that starts some sort of motion, such as band motor start or saw vise open close, feed vise open close, chip removal, we have to use two-hand control to initiate any motion. So for example, if I want to move the saw vise, you will see that it flashes the confirm light. So if you press it, then only the actual saw vise is going to open or close. So that is two-hand operation, which enables the operator to have his hands here when he initiates motion. We want the operator to be here when we initiate any kind of motion. Same goes to any kind of control, like if you want to start an automatic operation or a manual operation, you have to press the confirm button so that the operator should be here. So that's one of the main safety features of any of our CTS machines, especially on the H220s, is that it has two-hand control to initiate any motion. Now, if you look at the feed shuttle, the feed, if you want to move the feed forward and feed reverse, it will not go up to full speed until you press the confirm button. If you just try to move it forward without the confirm button, it is going to move real slow. Now, that is still motion, but it is not dangerous motion. The reason why we have that is sometimes the operators and the customers, they would like to measure something manually for a quick job. So sometimes they will be moving the feed, but they still want to measure it using a tape measure. So that is why we have that ability, because otherwise they will have to use two-hand control to move it, go back there and measure it, and then come back here to move it, slight adjustment. It's going to be difficult for the customer if we do that, and it's more of a practicality issue. We're trying to give them an option to say, okay, the customer can still move the feed table if they want to, but it is very slow. No dangerous motion can occur. If they want to move it fast, then they have to use the confirm button. Now, one thing I want to note is that, yes, what we say is, if you want to initiate any dangerous motion, you have to press the confirm button. Keyword being initiate, which means that after you initiate the motion, if the operator is going to walk around the machine, they shouldn't do that. What we say is, what we can do definitely is we can have the operator here safe when they are initiating any dangerous motion. That is what we have on the front control. Then we'll move on to the guards here. So the next part I want to get to is the band that controls the wheel that controls the band is inside these doors. We do have safety switches which is connected to the safety controller, so if you open the door it shuts down any motion. Also notice that when you clamp on the material, we have a blade guard to protect the blade, so there is no open blade available on just underneath the area where you have to actually go into a cut. So the blade is exposed only to the area that's available for the cut. Now it moves with the guide arm moves with the saw vise, so the operator does not have to adjust the guide arm separately from the saw vise. So whatever the material width is where the blade guard is at. The next thing I want to show you is these guards. That is protecting the operator from the chip auger and also from coolant splash. And that's about it, sir, on that. Now, this particular machine has a servo feed table, which moves a little bit faster than a hydraulic cylinder style feed table. But all of our feed tables have what we call a pull rope switch. This is a safety switch, and we're going to have a pull rope that's going to be mounted around the feed table. The idea of the pull rope is if for some reason that the machine is operating and the operator's either cleaning something, or if the operator sees something dangerous happening on the machine, like the machine's cutting too hard or something's moving violently, they can just pull on the pull rope and then shut down the machine. This is actually a motion stop. It does not kill power to the machine, it only stops motion. This is not to be considered as a guard. It is only a machine stop mechanism. Same goes with this safety bumper, safety edge. It is an edge that we use to say if for some reason someone's operators in this area and the feed moves, and then the operator can hit this safety edge, and then the machine is gonna stop motion. So what I want to emphasize is we are trying to make this machine as safe as possible while trying to be practical. Sometimes it might be a little bit difficult to operate the machine, but we want to have a balance between safety and being practical. That's why we have used all these mechanisms, so that any violent motion, anything that occur, operators has the means to actually stop the motion immediately. On top of that, we always have these warning signs. If there's a pinch point, if there's a crushing hazard, anywhere that you can have a hazard to the operator, we have these warning signs, so they should follow all those signs.